Hey y'all, welcome to my second video for Collection Obsession for the month of September. And from my first video, I found my January card that I had misplaced. So it is in its proper page, and I think you're going to see what I did in February, but I think I'm going to do the same thing for the January card. So I'm going to have to go back and work on this card a little bit. But here is my February page, and it is only a one-pager because not every month I take a ton of photos, and I don't always do a lot of exciting things. I've gotten to the point, which I'm sure some of you may feel the same way. It has just gotten so craziness in the world that I'd really rather just stay at home most days. And I know there are other people that feel that way that I've talked to. So if you're one of those, you're not the only one out there that feels that way. I enjoy being at home. I'm an introvert at heart, and so I work from home most days anyway. So sometimes it may be a week before I actually get in my car and go somewhere. And most of the time, that's just fine with me. Every now and then, I feel the need like, well, I got to go get out and do something, and I will. But anyway, back to my layout. As I was saying, I did not have a lot of photos, and if I tried to do a two-page spread, I would have been using just a lot of filler stuff. So I just did a one-page. So my March is going to have to be a one-page, and I haven't looked at my photos yet, but I have a lot. You know, I can do it, you know, two 3x4s, and I also can do what I'm going to show you. I don't know why that keeps popping up. I extra glued it down. A little solution to that. So as I was saying, I found my January card. Here's my February card, and what I did was I just stitched the FEB, and then where the January overwrote part of the block letters, I just didn't stitch that part. I left it open, which I don't know if you can see, but like the B was on the line of the E, so I just skipped over the part where the B was at so you could still read February clearly. And I think for January, I think I'm going to stitch the January and see how that turns out. And maybe I'll just kind of stitch and alternate every other card of how I stitch it. We'll see. So one thing that was aggravating with these paper strips right here, because they come in on the side and they come out very easily. So I stitched I stitched on that to kind of thicken it up a little bit, because I noticed with the stitching on this February, it was a little harder to get the card in the slot. So I will also go back and do some of that same stitching on this side of the other page of my January, and then adhere them together, and maybe that'll help keep it from sliding out, because anytime I fumble with this page, these strips are coming out. So I think that'll fix that. And here is just a photo of a box of chocolates that I received from my father, and I wrote the story about that right here. And then this is my dog, our dog rather, and he is rolled over on his back because that is a bag of cat food that I never had to worry about. He is, geez, he's going to be 4. And he never messed with the cat food until he started having stomach and skin problems, and we spent an outrageous amount of money on him. And he ended up going on a food trial. I mean, it was this whole big deal because we had him at one vet, and this is probably when we had him at the first vet. I had changed vets because I couldn't get him into my regular vet because I didn't really do like emergency appointments or allot time for emergency visits. So I found another vet, and in the end they misdiagnosed him, and we spent a lot of money with him and a lot of money on medication that wasn't doing anything for him in the long run. So we had him just eating chicken and rice, and I guess he got so sick of it he got into the cat food. And I heard him, he waited till he went to bed, and I heard this rustling around in the kitchen, and he ate the cat food. And as soon as I come out there, he did I'm gonna roll over and expose my belly to you because I know what I'm doing is wrong and I'm sorry. So I usually leave my phone in the kitchen, so I grabbed my phone and took a picture of him because he was being guilty that he got caught. So for my solution of adding some extra photos plus some pretties, I just did like a flip page. So you can flip this up, and I have 3 pictures here. So if you wanted to even add additional pictures, I could have made this flip up and put a picture on the back side, and also had a picture on this piece of green cardstock that I used. So I could have flipped it up, had a picture on the green cardstock, had a picture on the back side of this, or even I could have added a picture on the front side of this. So I could have had 1, 2, 3 additional photos. And all I did was take a piece of cardstock, and I have these matte stacks that I've had forever, and this is a 5x7, so I just took one of these and left it a little bit longer than 6 inches, and you can see that right here. And I put a score mark. I scored it and made me a little flip, a little flap, and then I took some Suquang double-sided adhesive and adhered it on top of my page protector. So if I need to do that for March, I can. So it really won't be a problem. And yeah, I really didn't get, I mean, it's really not a lot of effort into this page. And I am a little bit behind. I wanted to be further along than what I am, but stuff in life just happens, or sometimes you just don't feel like it. For this month, we've had some decent weather. Today is the first day of fall, and it's going to get up to 96 today, but happy fall. But we're supposed to get a little bit of we're getting a cold front coming through, so it's going to be a big difference in temperature by the weekend. And then just stuff going on. We did have some nice weather, so I spent a lot of time outside, and just wasn't motivated to scrapbook. And then my husband had jury duty for a few days, so that threw us off schedule because he normally works second shift, which that's fixing to change. But he was jury duty. He had to go, he had to come back home, then he had to go back like twice in one day. I mean, it was the craziest thing, but he was done with that. And I have been doing some cleaning and organizing, so I'm just happy that I got February done, and a lot of the work that is going on is more behind the scenes. It's making me get the photos off of my old phone, my last phone that I had, because we got new phones recently, so they're just sitting on my phone. They are backed up, but I want to get them like physically off the phone. I like to have more than one backup option. So most of the work is like transferring pictures, and then it's also helping me to write down the other photos from that month, like the photos for February that I want to do a regular 12 by 12 layout with, to you know, tell those stories, so I can write those down so I know what stories that I want to tell. So not very exciting again, but it's something that I wanted to do. It was one of my goals, so I'm taking care of it, and I am enjoying it, and I really do like the end result of doing this type of project. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.